Okay, y'all, so not only in the village do we have free food, but we have free dental, free healthcare. I literally just got a pap smear for free, and I have a dentist appointment, and I exam next week. Like what?
Like what? That is American rugby player Ariana Ramsey, who is going viral on TikTok by telling the world all the perks that are available in the Olympic villages. And one of those perks for athletes is free healthcare, including dental and vision. And she documented her journey getting those exams. Here she is after her eye exam.
So I get to choose whatever glasses that I want. Like what? Y'all, I'm truly amazed. I'm truly amazed. What do you guys think? Guys, I'll be picking my glasses up in 30 minutes.
Like what? Again, her classic line. And here she is kind of being maybe radicalized around the fact that in the United States, we don't have free healthcare. Take a look.
The fact that I'm actually so excited to be getting free dental is crazy. This is going to be my new fight for action, free healthcare in America, period.
This is gonna be my new action, my new fight, free healthcare in America, period, is what she said. And that's right before she had a dentist appointment. And it turns out that yes, during the Olympics, in the Olympic Village, healthcare is free to all athletes. In fact, the Olympic Village has offered athletes and their delegations free healthcare since, ironically, the 1932 Los Angeles Games. But not many athletes know the option exists. In fact, a lot of them have been seeing Ariana's tweet or her TikToks and are like, oh shoot, I didn't know that.
Hey, don't scroll away. Come back. Because before the video continues, we just want to urge you to lend your support to TYT. You power our honest reporting. You do it at tyt.com/team, and we love you for it.
The Polyclinic, it's called, is designed to handle as many as 700 patients visits per day. But Ramsey says many of the staffers there have thanked her for her videos because she's bringing awareness to the option. She says she's gotten DMs from other athletes expressing surprise, and a few people have recognized her in person and said that her videos encourage them to visit the clinic. Now, obviously, there's a reason that she's an American going viral about this issue and not a French player or a player from Uruguay, because actually in Uruguay, healthcare is universal in so many countries, but especially wealthy countries. Healthcare is universal, and America is the outlier. And in fact, many American athletes do not have healthcare in this country. They do have access to the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee's health insurance policy, but the eligibility program is up for their sports governing body. And an independent commission appointed by Congress found that some of the most talented competitors under our flag go to sleep at night under the roof of a car or without sufficient food or adequate health insurance. And in fact, Ariana is saying that, like, look, when she goes back, when this is all over for her, the games are over, even though US, they did take bronze in rugby, which is incredible, first time ever. Maybe she will need TikTok to make money. The US is one of 3 countries whose elite athletes receive no government funding. Athletes know they need to find opportunities to build their brands to try to earn enough money to continue competing. Ramsey, for example, came to the Olympics planning to focus on rugby and making videos because she says, quote, the only other job for women in sports is really in social media. So no healthcare, no support for athletes, and she's bringing attention to it. I love Ariana, and I think this is incredible.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. I love that she's pointing it out. There's 2 different issues. One is the athletes. Remember, if you're a rugby player, you're not rich in America, okay? If you're a curler in the Winter Olympics, you're not rich. So a lot of these folks are not anywhere near wealthy. So that's one issue. And the second issue is the one that's the most important, which is free healthcare, universal healthcare. So every developed nation on earth has it. Oh, right, except one, that's us. And so it's not like a glib thing to say. Literally all of them have it. And they think it's absolutely nuts. Sometimes people will do man on the street interviews with people in Britain or in other civilized countries. And they're like, what do you think about the fact that Americans don't have universal healthcare? They're like, what do you mean? what do? They just let them die? It's like, no, you're trolling me. There's no way that's true. And the answer is yes, we just let you die. On average, 68,000 people a year die because they don't have health insurance in America. So you see how upset I get about the influence of money in politics, and on some particular issues, it's very glaring because, for example, with AIPAC, there's a war going on, and you see the kids starving, you see the bombs, you see the fires, and it's hard not to have a visceral human reaction. But 40,000 dead in Gaza, 68,000 dead every single year because of the health insurance lobby in this country. No other country has privatized health insurance with no government option. And if you don't have the privatized health insurance, we just let you die. It's insane. We just got used to the insanity, but we shouldn't be used to it.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from you guys. In America, we have the freedom to die. Don't you understand why that's awesome?
Forget.
What freer nation than one where the only way you can get healthcare is if your job gives it to you? And then, this is great, the people who run the job have the freedom to provide you healthcare so that you can never ever leave it and then be alive and healthy on your own and go to a doctor. It's so funny watching those videos you're talking about, because the Americans in them, when you explain how it works in other countries, it's like, you ever see those videos where like the chimpanzee who they've done experiments on all their lives finally like go outside into the sun and they're like, I don't trust it. I don't understand it. What does this feel like? It's warm, it's cozy. Yeah, other people just in other countries, they just go to the clinic. And that's it. So it's not just that there's free healthcare in the Olympic Village, there's free healthcare outside the Olympic Village for as far as the eye can see until you hit the Atlantic Ocean. And there's a bunch of islands out there, Azorian type things on the way you can stop at for free healthcare before you get to the land of freedom, where you need to get a job, or in a very puritanical way, you reach the kingdom of heaven by going through the hellscape, trials and tribulations of life, where you finally are old enough to qualify for healthcare. That's also a very American puritanical thing. You suffered in the land of sin until you reach the Medicare age, and then finally you get a discount on healthcare. Good job, America.
And how cruel is it that as an American, you have to be an Olympian to get free healthcare, and only in the time during the Olympics you might qualify for the like special Olympian healthcare package, but you got to buy into that. You got to qualify for that. You probably don't make enough money to do that. You probably like have to, it might not work out for you. Again, there's stipulations, but that is how ludicrous the system is. And to your point, Cenk, about the healthcare industries and the private healthcare lobby, there is no other industry in this country, I think, even more than the fossil fuel industry, that has relinquished the right to operate in the field in which they continue to make money than the healthcare industry. They have absolutely abused, misused, and again, have blood on their hands, American blood on their hands, and there is no reason that we should give them a penny more. And I am excited and curious to see whether Kamala Harris 2024 believes what Kamala Harris 2020 did, which was an expansion of Medicare, a buy-in option to lowering it to 50 initially, then having a public option, which is actually similar to what Bernie Sanders did. And that came from a lot of pressure because the movement then, as it is now, was on Medicare for all. But this industry should absolutely not exist anymore. Not a single person, not a single executive.
Okay, I'm gonna do rapid fire, a bunch of comments. First, I'm gonna go to members. If you're on YouTube, hit the join button below to be part of the show just like this. Flower Dracana said, my Dutch husband says all the time, if Netherlands takes away healthcare, the Dutch will burn the country down. Yeah. And they're the Dutch, they rarely ever do that anymore. Amanda Halorian 84 says, not even just rich nations, there are plenty of smaller countries that are not wealthy that still have healthcare. That is absolutely right. By the way, we are the richest country on earth, so it's not like we can't afford it. Also, the countries that have universal health care on average pay half of what we do. But does it work? On average, they have a much higher life expectancy than we do. Great results, cost less. There's no reason not to do it other than late stage capitalism and incredible corruption in America. Last 2 points are, they say, oh yeah, but what about the weights? I don't know about you guys, but I've been booking a lot of doctor's appointments recently for myself, my parents, etc. The weights are outrageous. I have like an urgent, somebody in the family has an infection, we gotta go in right now. They're like, oh yeah, we can give you an appointment September 28th. Like, no, it's an infection. 2 months from now doesn't help me at all. Like the waits are preposterous in America and way worse than in other places. And finally, we were talking about rugby. I'm not saying I was on a nationally ranked rugby team. That just came out.
I'm still caught up on the Dutch thing. Like, why would you burn that country down? It's below sea level. It's a lot easier to flood it.
Think about it.
Just if you want.
We're here to help.
We're here to help.
God. Always good ideas. Okay, all right.
Thanks for watching. If you become a member, you get to watch all this ad-free, except for, of course, this ad. Still, hit the join button below.